Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Torchbearer RPG on Borderlands. This is part 2 of episode 5. And we just had a pretty epic conflict with the goblins that we routed. And we've been discussing... You know what? We won that fight, but we had to say goodbye to our orc companion. And that was the worst loss.
That was the real heartbreak right there.
That
Right?
was, yeah.
Pour one out for bugger all.
Yep.
Cool. Anyways, we get back on that grind, and what do you guys want to do?
What we were talking about was seeing if we could figure out where all that money they paid Oog went to, and trying to lighten some of his load.
Yeah,
I'm sure that.
I mean, they were paying him to take us out. I believe he didn't really earn it, did he?
no.
Yeah. I think Jerry and Svetlana kind of groan when you're like, all right, let's keep going. And they're like, oh, and they see the door, but they also know that you've been promised, and you've convinced them, so they grudgingly accept.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of a good discussion to have at this point.
Oh yeah?
Do we want to let them go now?
we told them that they were they agreed to stick with us till we went to town.
Okay, all right.
Like we pushed for that in not in a conflict, but in a role. And
Right.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, I'm debating, like... I mean, I guess they're we want to keep them. Like, they're dice and bodies that we can use. So, yeah.
I just need one of them to live through this. Can we let one go?
Well, yeah, I think they're kind of having their own kind of like tiny conflict amongst each other, being like, "Yo, we should just get out of here." No, you idiot, and get stabbed on the or eaten by wolves or something on the way out, knowing your luck. You don't know. You can't find that kind of stuff, right?
That was also part of it was that it's not safe just going outside, right? Just because you go outdoors, it's still the caves of chaos. So
Exactly. So
Right.
like, no, we're safer here.
If they go outside, there's nothing stopping us from releasing these goblins and sending them after them.
weird. Oh yeah, what are we gonna do with the goblins? We didn't decide.
We have them
I thought you
tied
were just
up,
leaving
right?
them there. I thought you tied them up and are leaving them in
Yes,
that
I
room.
don't know. I don't feel like just summarily putting them out of their misery. Really, I mean, sounds like work to me.
Yeah. However, our arrangement with the hobgoblins was get rid of those goblins, and you're cool with us. So I think it might be worth like whistling down the hall and saying they're all yours.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And
I
giving
like
them to
that.
the hobgoblins, who we know have a prison cell.
Yeah. An empty one.
Pretty familiar
Oh,
with it, actually.
Like I don't particularly care what they do with them, but it's fair to like throw them on the other side of that door that we've half dismantled.
Yeah,
Just be
they
like,
don't
here you
want-
go, tie it
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Hobgoblins would love to take them off your hands.
Cool.
They seem to like you. Why don't you go holler down the hallway for them?
Yeah. No, Bryn totally. Yeah, they like more than they like Kate. That's for sure. Yeah. So Bryn, yeah, like drags them over, and she kind of yells down the hall. We've slain most of them, and the ones that we haven't, we've bound for you to take as prisoners, and kind of shoves them and makes enough noise that she figures the hobgoblins have heard. And when she sees torches or any activity, it's like, okay, we're out.
Yeah, you do, and we continue. Yeah,
Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I think Jerry and the rest of the two Blue Lion men at arms, they want to know, like, so what is it about? What is Ook? You keep talking about Ook. What the hell is Ook?
He was he was the one who originally captured us and threw us in with you, but he was paid a very handsome sum to do it. We feel we're owed part of that.
Is he an orc? A goblin?
Bigger.
Well,
An elf?
The jury's out on all that.
do we know? I mean, like,
Yeah, you know what an ogre is.
Yeah. No, he was an ogre. He's an ogre.
Or he was a giant and we were dealing with some forced perspective bullshit.
An ogre? Man, they could rip you in half. What are we doing going in here? Like, come on,
No, we're not going to fight him. We're going to find where all his money is and take it.
And they both look at each other like, you can do that?
I mean, I'm an elf. I'm sneaky and I can
He's good.
track
He's good at being
things.
subtle.
I'm really good at being subtle when I like bang my loot against the side of the clang.
Yes, I think.
Sorry.
I mean, assuming they don't hold us up, I think the idea is, I don't know, Cadence, I don't know if you're up for it, but why don't you sneak up there and see if you can hear him snoring or, tell
Oh,
where.
yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I do take my backpack and pick it back up after this fight. I don't just leave it to the hobgoblins. And I will go ahead of the group, looking for maybe, gosh, I don't know if he was very injured or anything, but maybe there's like ogre blood, or maybe there's just like a trail of ogre snot. I don't know how ooey this thing is.
Is your light source out, or are you going in the dark?
I am going to use a light source. So, I'm not going to like some of the other people walking around the caves had torches and light sources, right? It wasn't like everyone just walking around in the dark all the time.
It's dim lit. Goblins and hobgoblins can see in the dark just fine.
Okay.
So there's not necessarily a lot of light hanging out around.
Yeah,
So-
last time we tried to sneak past the goblins without light, which seemed smart. We were kind of tripping on things.
Yeah, I think I'll just try to be more careful. I'll bring the light so I know what's going on.
How about one of us follow behind you and keep you just in the edge of the light? So we're giving you light, but you're not the light source.
Yeah, keep you in dim light.
Well, not
No.
technically not dim light.
Okay.
I mean, like, give you enough light, but torches give light for two. So like one person sort of sitting at the edge, or maybe Basil, you can just instead hold the lantern. One of us can hold the torch, and you can kind of go behind and hold the lantern. So it's just like enough light that
Sure.
that he can see what he's doing, but isn't emanating light himself.
I use my shield to block some of it. And
Nice.
Okay, so I'm not holding a torch. So I'm gonna actually carry my mirror so I can like peek around corners. And maybe if someone sees me, I can just hold the mirror up and they'll think I'm a hobgoblin.
what a handsome devil.
Yeah.
It's that hobgoblin head on the body of an elf. Oh my goodness, I'm gorgeous.
All right, who's gonna follow me up? Who's got my back?
I'll follow you.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. So we start like slowly creeping forward towards the direction.
Where the ogre came from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You creep that way. You don't see where the ogre could be. I mean, you were
They
in this
like
room.
called.
You were in this
They
room
called
last
out
time.
for him, right?
Yeah. And then they did something to the wall behind them.
Right.
They like threw the money in like a deposit box or something, like a drop thing or something, and then I don't know. It would happen so fast, and then the ogre was on you.
Okay, I
But
start
you
like.
think you think you're there. You see that the hallway continues to extend down to another room somewhere.
All right, can I look for this like deposit box and see if there's some sort of like, if I threw money in there, if there's something that would like trigger that would bring him out or something like.
Right.
Insert coin, summon ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from your point, you can absolutely smell old furs and things like that wafting from that kind of the wall. You definitely hear the sounds of snoring.
Yes.
But once again, you don't see a way in unless you're like playing with the wall.
Okay. Well, can I like
So-
poke my
Right.
can I poke my mirror through this little slot and like try to peek around the room?
No, what I'm saying is you can't identify.
Huh?
You don't know where that is. You know it
Oh,
should be
okay,
here, but
okay.
you don't know that yet. In addition, this place isn't just like of this barren little part of the cave. This still looks to be a little like some supply chamber. Like there's a bunch of barrels of old rotten grain, some unidentified meat, a lot of like rancid water jugs.
Okay, well, I'm
Or
poking
casks.
through all this stuff and like seeing if there's anything useful, like an oil flask or anything good.
Right. No,
Um,
there's only just like commodities, not really goods,
Yeah.
right? It's just old
But Virgil,
grain and water.
you can describe Cadence like remember the walls were all really old brick construction.
Oh, right,
like
and
a
there was
previous-
different sections though.
Yeah, and so you can describe like grabbing the bricks or playing with them or pushing and things like that, and then maybe that'll turn into a roll to try and find a secret.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if like some of this brick is like freshly put together. Like if any of this is like old. What's it called that goes in between there?
Order.
The mortar. Yeah, I'm gonna like do some testing on the mortar around there and see if it's like one section of wall has just been like plastered up quickly.
Yeah. Oh, there absolutely is. There definitely seems to be a kind of like a you can actually like push the wall in, like almost like on a hinge. Like you can kind of just carefully push it through enough to throw a bag that way. Yeah, you find it. You start pushing on like it's somewhere in the grout between the bricks, and you feel it, and you feel the air, and you start pushing it harder and harder. It doesn't require a roll. It's a good idea. You find it. You find the way they were paid, but yeah, you don't see how the ogre got in.
Okay, so it's just too
But,
small of an
Yeah,
entrance.
from this way, yeah. But there's absolutely the wafting sounds or smells of old furs and horrible halitosis of the ogre's breath. Just
Oh, he's
loud,
fucking right
loud.
there.
Yeah, he's knocked out. It also smells like old grog.
Okay. I should go back and inform
Yeah.
the group before I do anything hasty.
I mean,
Although I am feeling very
old-
hasty.
Yeah, old bear hides, like real big furs. Yeah.
Okay.
You could
Yeah.
probably slide yourself in there. Like it's a wide enough crack. You could slide in there.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna poke my little. I'm gonna just like turn to Basil and be like, "Just be very quiet. I can smell him. He's right there.
Right.
I'm gonna wiggle through this crack. Maybe I'll leave one foot out. You can grab it and pull me out if you need to. I don't know.
You can count on me.
Yeah. Okay. You're crawling into a dimly lit area because I don't think the lantern light can really fit with you through there. You know,
Can I like?
like your
Can I,
body's
like-
basically absorbing it all, right? Like it can't really shine in front of you. However, you can
Can
see
I bounce it with the mirror and like shine a little light, like a spotlight across the room?
Yeah.
Solid Snake style.
Yeah. You push your mirror out and coordinate with Basil just enough to get the light through to illuminate this place.
Start humming the Mission Impossible theme.
Yeah. No, good idea.
Uh,
All right. And so you're on a sneak through here?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to like make sure I'm not like stepping on any like
Right.
traps. I'm actually also looking for if there's like a deposit of coin that I'm like crawling over.
Yeah. So it doesn't take a roll to slide through because you're not pressured to do this, and the ogre is fast asleep. You slide into this enormous chamber. You see that there is another large hide that's kind of covering and flapping in the breeze of the wind of outside. Obviously, there's an exit leading outside of this place here, and yeah, you almost like can't help but step on coins. This place is full of coins, gold coins. They're like underneath the furs.
It's thick with coins.
Yeah. You pause for a moment as the ogre moves in its slumber, and now it's laying on its side, and you're looking at its mouth as it's, it doesn't look dead, but its mouth's just hanging out there, all there drooling on its pillow. its hideous face and body is like 4 times. You could fit 4 cadences on this thing, no problem. Right. It stops snoring. It does one of those. It sits there for a moment, and like you're not sure if it's waking up or not. Like if it smells you, like the light's shining on its belly, right?
Right.
And you're just staring
the light
there.
tracking just freezes.
Yeah.
My heart stops beating in my chest.
And then it goes. Because it's still sleeping.
The light continues sweeping across. Okay, I don't think I can.
What do you do?
Not like just start scrappling up some of this coin.
If you had a bag, you could kind of supermarket sweep it and get the fuck out. But,
yeah, I mean, I have this sack of silver. I don't want to make a bunch of noise though.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud.
You should,
for what it's worth,
open up his breathing. His air passage, open that up a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't sound good. I mean, I think he needs one of those strips.
Needs an emergency tracheotomy.
I was going to say, you can really open it up.
So is there something tricky about sleeping foes that I can take advantage of? Oh God, I am still exhausted.
You can curl up and cuddle with him.
Because if I could 1v1...
Take a nap. I mean,
because I have no idea what it would look like trying to like 1v1 this guy or something.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played very much.
What does fine? Well, let's not worry about the mechanics yet. What does Cadence do in this situation? Like, what are you intending to do here? What does it kind of look like? Are you trying to like try to kill this ogre before it wakes up and have a chance, or do you want to report back to your friends? Because I'm sure Basil has no idea this is going on, right?
Yeah.
Basil?
Yeah. I mean, like last I was doing is I was touching your foot, and then that disappeared into it.
Yeah.
Very, very quietly.
Yeah.
Very gently.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to take a gold coin and like slide it along the floor out to Basil.
Yeah. Basil, you can't see what's going on, and then you hear a tink. That gold coin hits your boot.
I look upwards and just continue to pray. No, I pick it up, tuck it in. Is that it?
This is an old gold coin. This predates this place, or predates the I forget the name of the what's it called? Not Mykonos.
The
Karamikos.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. I was muting myself.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No,
it predates the new Baron Karamikos gold.
So you guys, the rest of you, are you far behind us or just?
I think we might have been, but by this time, Bryn is like too curious, so she's huddled up next to Basil now. Like,
right. So I think
my plan had actually been to be up front with you guys to begin with. So
yeah.
Then I see just the thing where like the coin comes out, I pick it up and I just hand it without looking. It's just like like, ooh. This is all the information we have so far, but we're hoping for more.
Well, Linus, I know you have a rope around your shoulders. Do any of us have a large sack?
I have.
Because I would all be for throwing a sack with a rope tied to it inside. There.
And just fishing?
Well, you could fill it up.
Yeah, so I have my large sack, but it's full of the silverware, and I can't like dump it out in here. I'm trying to be very quiet, Eric.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And without like saying anything, I'll use my like light to like draw a line back and forth, like in and out of the little shady area that I came in, like the landing strip.
So I can hand someone the jug of wine, or will you just set it down?
Yeah.
And then that leaves 3 spots left for me, so I can.
You could slide your backpack in there.
Yeah, I mean, is this too small for Basil to fit in? I mean, are we gonna? I'm thinking about having a party with the. All right, I'll slide my backpack in.
Yeah,
and we can tie a rope to it.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a little too big for it to. You could. It would be a squeeze. You might not be able to do it quietly. is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And yeah, to be clear, we all hear the ogre snoring, especially with the door open now, right? Like we all know there's an ogre on the other side of that, so we're all
that just tells me the gods are with us. He's asleep.
yeah.
You religious people.
What else is in your backpack, Basil?
Holy water and rations, 2 preserved.
I'm gonna.
Because I mean, we could empty it.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I'm thinking. Is empty your backpack and hand it in, and have him fill up as much as he can.
I have 2 small sacks in my backpack.
Okay, yeah, let's start with that.
Okay,
We could do the.
I hand somebody a small sack.
I'm the end of the Disney's Robin Hood, where they have the rope coming in and on a pulley, and just gold coming back out in the sack.
Yeah,
So that's what I want.
Right. Is Bryn is Bryn small enough to fit in? She takes up her backpack. Is Bryn small enough to fit in the
Yeah, you could
she's
probably
a-
weasel your way into that room.
Cool. So I'm gonna take one of the sacks with a rope tied to it, and all I want to do is slide it in enough that Cadence can fill it up. Like I'm not even gonna try and
And
get
I'm
it
just like,
so much. I'm just like, here's the bag. Give us a tug when it's full, and we'll slide it back.
All right, I'm taking the jug of wine out. That frees up 3 slots. I'm pouring some wine into my water skin. It's good wine.
Don't waste it.
I have a bag of silver there. I guess I can.
I have some tools like thieves picks or tinderbox.
I'm gonna leave some other stuff here too. My tinderbox. Like, I don't think I want to leave all my torches
that are
in
useful.
case.
At this point, I could free up a
No.
spot in my backpack by getting rid of my other empty small sack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I think you should give us both small sacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
because
idea that we'll fill one up and drag it back and then do it again. Like I think we're gonna have to do this very slowly and carefully. But
then
Okay.
Linus, if you want to carry some preserved rations, I can give you 2 of those. Or do we not?
you guys are like back there, like just stuffing rations in your face, pounding wine, pulling crap out of your backpack.
At this point, rations don't seem all that important. So I have a small sack I've been carrying in one hand for this entire time. That's in my lunchbox. It's got 2 rations, so like 3 uses each.
It's got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, but it's apple. I'm pretty sure that I'm leaving behind most of this stuff, so that I can carry one of these small sacks full of gold. And for the moment, I'm going to transfer some of those preserved rations into my backpack because I can't put full bags of stuff.
Yeah. So why don't we see how? Remember, we can also make labor. We can also try and carry more. We can like strap sacks on our backpacks with like we can like
So
Bryn is like ready to like use your rope to like lash on a bunch of sacks. So we have 3 small sacks, all that Linus had. Why don't we start with seeing how much of those we can fill up?
Right.
So
what I'm going to say is, how about this? Just speed up a little bit. With prudence and diligence, you can get enough of 4 cache of gold without risking anything. But if you want, but there's a lot more. But that would require getting closer to the ogre and really blink in front of his face. You know what I mean? Like waiting for him to
lifting up the blanket.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're just scraping off the stuff that fell out from underneath the bed, right? He's sleeping on way more money, and yours that's all the low hanging fruit easily. Right. So if you want more, which there is, that would end up requiring something about being stealthy, right?
And what do you use for stealth? I don't see it on
Scout usually.
Scout is
which
okay.
you're
Yeah,
really good at.
yeah. I'm fine with just getting as many slots as we can filled. I think.
And for folks playing at home, I mean that's roughly 100 coins or so. Like there's a lot of coins. This is an ogre sleeping on a bed of coins covered with bear furs, right? Mm-hmm. This ogre is doing very well for himself.
Yeah. He's got a good gig. Give me ass loads of cash, and I'll match something for you. Yeah.
You also see, I think in this room, I should probably mention, there is some orc tribe stuff as well as something else. You're not even sure. Just some kind of bones. Like, like not even like food bones. They
Do
look
I
like
see
something
anything
else.
with the chaos god like symbol on it anywhere?
No.
Okay. All right, so I filled the 2 small sacks they put through, and you guys are like emptying those into your backpack slots, right? And then like putting them back through again, and I refill them.
I mean, yeah, there's a. I don't actually. It really only takes 1 sack. Like what I'm saying is that you could basically fill up 1 sack, like four dice. Is, gold is 2 dice of treasure for 1 pack. Oh, like one size of it, and I'm saying is you can get 4 of those before our roll is required. Okay.
So we're gonna fill up 1 sack, and then any more requires a roll.
Yeah.
And we definitely have more spots. We have 2 more sacks and 3 spots in a backpack, and probably could make 2 more spots still. So the question is, Cadence, it's all you. Like,
you want to make more rolls? I've cleared out like from like the 4 feet that I've crawled in or whatever, and then like an exact arm's reach perfect circle around me is now cleared of gold.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, time to scoot a little closer to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's big, but he's sleeping. So I wait for the empty bag to come back in and start like hands and knees, like just creeping closer and closer.
Yeah. I'm willing to set the obstacle based on how willing you are to go for broke here. Are you filling up both those bags here? Is that the goal? 1 bag?
Yeah. I want to fill up both bags completely full, and then crawl out of there.
And
totally.
I doubt that you communicated the bone thing to us, but if you know Basil at all, his birthday's coming up.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I do have nature descriptor hiding as well.
Yeah.
That might come in useful if he wakes up. I can just try to hide, possibly. Okay. Yeah. So I, as quietly as possible, moved forward with the bags to completely fill them to the brim.
Cool.
With this ogre gold.
Right. All right. So we're gonna. All right. This is gonna require a test to do. Basically, you're going to try to avoid the ogre waking up and detecting you as you're doing this. Right.
Mm-hmm. So testing scout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you before you make the roll, you can get to know the obs, so it's worth unless it's versus. But I think
this is a versus test, and since you're filling up all the bags, you're going against the full might of the ogre here, and so it's 8 dice.
Oh no.
Okay.
Or you mean his nature?
It's nature. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I said the full might of its nature.
Right.
So
you don't mean his order of might. You mean his nature.
Yeah.
Several of those words are like key.
I'm going to peel behind the scene of my logic as a GM real quick. So if you were interested in Torchbearer, if you're going to fill up 1 bag, I would say because he is asleep, you would only roll half his nature, because he's not really doing, he's not really paying attention. It's just seems right, like it's something out of his element, right? But since you're taking your time here and going greedy and getting 2 bags, it's going to be his whole nature. I think that seems pretty reasonable.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I think.
I think it's totally fair. So some things, Virgil. 1, we can certainly help you. We're being part of this too. So anybody with Scout can help you. Bryn certainly will. She's helped. She's part of the moving train, and also you can definitely spend a persona to add your nature to it of hiding. I mean, that's what you're trying to do, is hide from his notice. That's like a perfect.
Yeah.
So,
so I spend a persona, which I have a couple of 3. That's great. And that adds 1 more.
No, it adds your full nature.
Oh, my full nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, which is like 4. Yeah, because I'm an elf. Pretty good. Okay, so that's 5 so far.
Anybody else helping?
Did I just type somewhere weird? I hate it when I type and it doesn't appear where I thought it was.
How do you?
Okay. I think that I'm going to help because I'm an orator, and I'm going to do like a children's bedtime story, like the kind of thing with like a real rhythm to it, like will keep the ogre like lulled off to sleep.
Oh yeah, lullaby.
Yeah, it's not quite singing though, because an orator, not like something else. I mean, it works for my daughter. I read her lots of like around the holidays. The Night Before Christmas was a big hit. So I'm kind of going based on that, like something with like a decent kind of cadence to it that'll just like cadence to it that'll cover up what's going on with all the coin.
You're gonna tell them bedtime stories.
Yeah,
Right,
I start moving coin in rhythm with like the speech.
I
like,
agree.
patterns.
I agree with the fiction of that, but I'm not sure I agree with orator being the delivery vehicle.
Okay, what's
I don't know, because you're not convincing a whole group of people, right? It's more persuasion or manipulate.
guess,
honestly, frankly, it's manipulate.
The thing that I was thinking of is that it's not about actually the content of it, which manipulate or persuade would be. It's about delivering like
the cadence of your voice.
I guess I'm imagining that all of a sudden Linus sounds like one of those like great speakers who like just the sound of their voice like enough that you're like I mean, he's not that good at it, so like
I
somewhere
see
in the middle there, but like
no, I definitely I see it. Are we cool with that as a group?
Yeah, he goes full Grinch narrator on us and has sounds
Grinch narrator.
Yeah.
Like,
the only thing I'd say is that we couldn't combine multiple effects similar. Like cadence couldn't be like, and I'm also singing to add it up. I mean, not like he's trying to, but I think in this case, if all of us are just talking, right? Like,
I'm good with it.
That would be ridiculous. But,
I'm good with it.
Can I help out with my bandit wise by setting up a way to steal from sleeping people like bandits do? You know how bandits
steal
often
from people?
you might know where bandits keep their best loot. Like
right?
What's your,
get the stuff next to his head because that's probably where he has the most valuable.
Yeah.
And how to carry a bag of gold so it doesn't sound
so it doesn't that's like a skill you earn after like stealing.
Yeah, Epi, I love it. That's so good.
That's so good. I imagine like put a little cloth in like wrap the coins in a little cloth so they don't jingle too much.
Yeah. So while you're singing, right? Oog rows back in its sleep and it's like, no more riddles, burglar. No more. He's clearly in a dream. As you're just pilfering the gold and. Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to roll when you are.
Okay, so it's versus. So ob 0 for the roll.
1, yeah.
Just put 1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
And you have positioned yourself in such a way that you do it successfully. Well played.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Um,
The ogre is going to be very mad when it wakes up. It's going to be very, very mad. But you have 2 sacks full of gold right now.
Kids, you should spend a fate to explode your 1/6 just to spend the fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, we have more fate.
I mark those down instead of up when I spend them, and then I mark that one up. Right.
And also, actually, before you do it, do you have a
other success?
You got it. That's important because you're exhausted.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot you're exhausted.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay,
no, I
so
do
now
still
you
pass. Amazing.
You pass by 1.
Amazing.
Yes.
You're exhausted and listening to a lovely lullaby.
I'm just barely
exactly. You would a little spoon you would a little spoon the ogre.
Yeah, just I wake up and oh dear.
Perfect. Awesome. You're able to,
so I go and like shove all the gold out first before I crawl out. So when I crawl out, it's like a triumph.
Do you also close the secret door?
God, I wish I had like a trap to put there. No, I won't close the door. I'll just make sure everyone's very quiet.
Perfect. Yeah. Your packs are laden with loot, and I think that's where we're going to call it for the night.
All right.
Let's do some experience. Spend the last couple minutes here doing experience.
Yeah, I love it.
Good call, everybody. Guys, that was awesome.
That was so great.
How
that was
much?
the best way to get. That's the best way to play this game. So find the thing that has all the money and sneak in and steal it.
Let's just record our loot real quick here, so we don't.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. So we have 3 small sacks full of gold coin. That's 4 coin each.
All right.
And yeah, who could hold them without having to make it difficult?
So assuming that my understanding is that these 3 small sacks were that were in my backpack without anything in them, and the one that I had my lunch in.
Yep.
So
I think your lunch went into Basil's backpack.
Actually, okay. I have one of my preserved rations in my backpack. I was assuming that I just put the other one down, but if you've got room in your backpack, I go ahead and take my other set of preserved rations. So I can definitely carry a small sack because that's what I was already doing. So one of them's accounted for.
Yep. Does anyone else have a hand that's free?
I've got 2 slots in because I gave up my jug. I got 2 slots in my backpack still.
So you could put the small sacks filled take 2 slots. So you could put one of them in there.
And
And then Cadence, you can. Oh no, Cadence, you're carrying the large. You were holding the large sack with all the silverware.
And then I just have 1 open slot right now, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Curse my crossbow.
Cadence.
I do have all this.
Sorry.
Yeah, me too. I do have all this silver that we could. If I drop 2 silver, then I have 3 slots.
How do preserve rations stack?
3 to a slot.
I have another slot. If I just got 1 from Linus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Virgil, you said you had a slot?
Yeah, I have 1 open. If I can take a 1.
All right, so why don't you guys trade? One of you take those rations, and then you'll have 2 slots, and then the other one will have 2 slots, and you can put the coins there.
All right. Do you want the rations then? And
I'll take the rations.
Yeah. So what I have listed here is I have 4 lots of gold, each worth 2D. Is that correct?
So that's 2 sacks of gold, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then Linus has 1 sack of gold that's 4 gold as well in his hands. He's carrying.
Was that 3 uses of rations? What was I getting?
Yeah.
Cool. By the way, Cadence, your torch has burned out. Basil, you only have 1 left of oil in your lantern, and all of you are 2 out of 4 on the grind. At the end.
Yay.
Cool.
But that's
awesome.
all. Yeah, you guys got so much money. Good job. Cadence, I'm really glad you didn't fail that test. That would have been entered into kill conflict for sure.
Yeah. It might have been a flea conflict.
Yeah, because there was the open door. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna end up. That's what I really thought was gonna happen, was that I was gonna maybe survive, but only by running away from my entire party.
Yeah.
Which is
with an ogre chasing you down.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'd go in and steal all the loot while he was chasing you in your honor. That was amazing. That's so good. All right, so I think we have all the coin accounted for.
Nice.
Awesome. Cool.
I was 12D, you guys. That's amazing.
Yeah. Cool. Are we ready to do experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's take it away. So the first up is beliefs, right? If you're on a fate point, if you play to your belief, you also earn a persona if you no longer believe it and you failed at your belief or fundamentally changed based on that pursuing. Let's start with Basil.
All right. My belief was the gods speak to the people before they speak to the priests. I was certainly trying to preach that to people. I'm not sure if I directly hit on it, though.
I think it definitely came up when you were sort of admonishing Corin and Hugo for their greediness. I know I certainly remember it coming up then.
All right. That's a fate, you say?
Yeah.
I'll take it. Are we doing just beliefs all around, or should I just do? Yeah, let's
do beliefs all around.
Mechanics. Yeah.
Linus.
So my belief is, sorry, I'm getting the exact phrasing. I can find allies within the creatures of the caves. Some of the creatures here are like me, and I totally pursued that, but didn't resolve it. So that's a fate.
Yeah, you super did.
Wait, is that your goal or belief?
Belief.
Oh yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you didn't resolve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My belief is kings are thieves who master greed and call it providence. I'll tear apart this facade from the inside. And and Linus totally like. It's funny because I almost feel like I lost it because I really have tried not to like inherit my like institutional hatred of goblins, but they've just been so crappy that I was like, ugh! So I was like nearly ready to throw it away and just like embrace full dwarf. But it did come up in trying to convince Bugrol to like forget his allegiance to his chief and stick with us, and that was important. And so even though like Bryn is sort of torn in different ways because goblins did turn out to be really terrible, but
yeah, you do still believe it, but you also did swear an oath like for against these goblins, like an oath of vengeance. So.
Yep. Yeah, I did. I
that's
swore
tough.
to kill them, and I did. So, I think if anything, Bryn is very conflicted about this belief because on smaller things she's willing to be like, fight the power, but when it really came down to it, she like she like tapped into the patriarchy,
The dark
right?
side.
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah, you didn't even resist.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna kill it. Actually, I think like enough. It's happened twice now that she invoked her nature to avenge a grudge on these goblins, and this time we murdered them all. So yeah. I don't know what my belief will be next time, but I'm gonna take a persona for.
Cool. And Cadence.
My belief was that orcs are people, not monsters. And I think that I was definitely a little disappointed that he didn't want to stick around and that his tribe was more important than the people that saved his life.
But I think the important part is you acted on that. Like you tried along with everybody else to try to keep him around. I think that's...
Yeah, I treated him like a person, I feel like. So I played to that.
Definitely.
No, I think that's fateable.
Yeah, definitely fateable.
Excellent. Thank you.
Nice. Next up is goals. Fate if you work towards it. Persona if you finished it. Back to you, Basil.
See at least one of these guards safely out of the dungeon. We still have 2 guards. I think I'm working well towards that goal.
Yeah. Yep, we still have 2 guards and fewer goblins.
Cool. Sage, what was Linus's goal?
My goal was recover my magical powers. I wanted to camp and get my spells back. Didn't happen, and I actually actively not pursued it by being like, I really want a chance to spend fate. So
You gambled. And
yeah.
Cool. Sean.
Mine was, I will ensure our safe passage with the goblins in this cave. And it didn't happen the way I was expecting, but we did get safe passage.
Persona. Yeah, Persona.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. And Cadence, Virgil, what was your goal?
Take control of these scaredy pants men at arms. Which I don't think really happened. I didn't like lead the charge in the assault, and they weren't interested in my in my expertise or anything. I definitely wasn't able to take control of them.
I think you certainly worked on it though.
Yeah.
I mean, you made several attempts to like get them under you, and
okay, so that's a fate then, not a persona.
Yeah, I think so. I think you earned a fate.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Then the last of the personal before we get to the group rewards is our instincts. Basil, what was your instinct?
When we make camp, blah blah blah, and we've not made camp.
Your
make
poor
it feel like
camp thing.
home.
Insert yes.
Yep. Sage, what was
mine was to always volunteer, and it actually didn't really come up this time.
Yeah, amazingly.
I've been making a lot off of that, but yeah, no, I don't think this time.
Yeah, it happens. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with how much I've got. So
yeah. Bryn was, when I see shoddy craftsmanship, I'll improve it, and I use that to make a roll to make the rat stick that we tried to get Bugroll to stay with us. So
yes,
that's a fate. Cool.
Yep. So obviously, yeah, fate for it. Yep.
Yep.
Virtual
And Cadence.
I need to jump in if no one's taking charge, which I think I did. Just jump in to that hole.
You crawled in,
and took charge of the situation and just did what I thought without asking anyone.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. I'll give you fate for that.
I mean,
it doesn't require a roll.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have been. You might have been able to get that last scout roll without it being. No, you couldn't, because we all helped, and we couldn't have helped you if you had done that based on instinct. So
that was great.
Oh, okay.
Still, the action of going in there and just going in and finding it was absolutely.
Yeah. No, and then you won role playing games by doing it really well, rolling 6 successes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did it.
I did it finally.
Yeah.
You won a role playing game.
No, perfect. Cool. So the last thing to do tonight before we do outros is our player goals. So MVP is the most valuable player, the person who made the clutch roll that kind of saved the day. This is a group one. It only goes to one person, and we all can nominate and then vote.
Cadence, right?
Yeah,
Cadence,
yeah, the
right?
money.
I
don't know.
It's the money roll.
It's all the money. Yeah, it's totally.
No, let's just do it. Let's do it.
It's just Cadence.
Yeah.
I can think of other people who did great things, but
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Persona. Yeah.
It's absolutely Cadence.
Yeah. Okay, Cadence. So now Cadence is ineligible for this next reward, which is the Workhorse reward. This is the person who's the most person who did the most teamwork here, who helped the most, who was kind of around for all the roles, doing whatever they can for everyone else.
I think it's got to be Bryn.
Yeah, I agree. That would be my choice.
You made a rat stick.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryn, without being the kind of like step in and make everybody listen leader, is always there, always helping, like that kind of leadership.
You're always. Sorry to speak over you. I completely agree. And Bryn, you always seem to be the person a lot of people like to default as the conflict captain in martial conflicts, right? So you like to pull your weight in that regards. So I would vote for you too.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. Then the last one is embodiment. This is eligible for everybody. It's not a exclusive reward. More people can be nominated, just not everybody can be nominated for it or attain it.
I'm nominating Linus. That thing
sure.
with Bugroll was great. It made it pulled my heartstrings. And
it was fun seeing.
Yeah, it was very, very strong.
I'll nominate Cadence for the live music.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a nice touch, man.
Yeah.
Well, and also, like, I mean, I know you've already like gotten rewards for the thing, but early on, Cadence was like, "I'm gonna get myself some treasure. Like, I'm gonna figure out how. Like, a smart adventurer is the one that comes home with a bunch of treasure and no scars. Like, I finally found the treasure.
finally.
Payoff there.
Yeah. So that, like, yes, I'm going for broke, and I'm gonna get as much as I can. Was totally.
And this is a persona.
Yeah, these are all persona. The group awards are all personas. Yeah.
I thought so. I want to just make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so now when Cadence is bleeding out in the ditch, you can look back fondly on that time you stole all that money. So good job. Awesome. All right, that's it from us.
Thank you.
As far as the game goes, and good job everyone with those experiences. I'm so happy to be back. I can't.
Yeah.
I know I said it before, but I really am. I miss this group. It's so easy. I was stressing a lot to come back to it, thinking like, oh man, is this are we going to be the same coming back to this? And I don't know what I was thinking or what I was doubting. You guys are awesome.
It's funny because I was feeling the same way. I was like, oh man, like, do I remember what my character was like? And like, what was our dynamics and whatnot? Like, I was just kind of like, I haven't even thought about this. And I started watching the last episode, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. I get it.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. I'm glad we feel the same way. So let's do some outros. Epi.
Oh, I forget what we do with outros. But
where can people find you on the internet? What are you doing? Any cool announcements?
That's really important. I am probably the only Epidiah you'll find on the internet. I'm on Twitter. I'm on dice.camp and Google Plus and I guess Facebook. Don't bother there though. And you can get my games at dig1000holes.com. That's the number 1,000. And you can get my Sword and Sorcery magazine at worldswithoutmaster.com. How about you, Sage? Where can people find you?
Twitter and dice.camp and all those places. I'm not quite as special with my there are other Sages, unfortunately. I found out when I started my current job, I thought I was gonna be able to get like sage as my email address.
Oh yeah.
But you can, if you old_Fortran Twitter, that's me on Dice Camp as well. And if you just look for Sage, there's not too many others. If you Google me, you find me pretty quick. And upcoming stuff is mostly me trying to find time to do things. My day job has been kind of eating my time recently. So pretty much just find me on social media if you want to see the occasional funny retweet and then some jokes. I don't really have a lot of like prime content here. How about you, Sean?
Thanks. I'm Sean Nittner, pretty much everywhere at Dice Camp, Twitter, Facebook, G+, all those places. I've been streaming a little bit more recently. We've played a couple games of Autumns of the Ancient, which was Fall of Magic in Space. And we've been playing the Wobbegong Crew, which is our Blades game, which is all sorts of fun smuggling action. And next week, we're going to start up Girl by Moonlight. So that's going to be our week after next, but very soon. 18th. Yeah, next week. So that's going to be super fun. And I'm working on a bunch of Forged in the Dark related things right now. Stuff with John that will get announced soon. Some other Evil Hat stuff that we're going to announce in February. Can't quite say it, but like lots of lady related things are happening.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff happening. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. How about you, Virgil? Where do we find you?
You can find my music at fanburst.com/Zircon5. If you want to check out my tweets and stuff, that's at Virgil Levenger. I'm the only Virgil Levenger. So that's easy to find. I'm not the only there's a Zircon that also makes music. I'm Zircon5. But the other Zircon is a very nice man that I've had the pleasure of chatting with and a great musician. So check out both of our stuff. We're doing like some cross promotion stuff. We're not like feuding. We know how to get it done. If you want to see other stuff that I'm role playing on, check out my Twitch channel. I do host when I'm role playing with lovely people such as this. I have a game coming up on AP Gaming Real. So it's another great role play channel here on Twitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's it for me. Eric, what are all your beautiful social butterfly media tags?
I'm EricVulgaris on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and all that stuff, and Dice Camp. So this has been the Keep on the Borderlands. If you want to see more stuff that I do, I have an events page here on Twitch that has everything set up. For example, tomorrow we dive back down into Dungeon Crawl Classics, where we're playing Sailors of the Starless Sea as our opening funnel for Jungle Crawl Classics, which is sort of me doing the Tomb of Annihilation D&D 5th edition by way of Dungeon Crawl Classics. Doing that. Similarly related to Blades adjacent things, I cannot wait. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be playing in a game, the first streamed game of Band of Blades. So that's going to be super fun. I cannot wait for that. And yeah, like I said earlier at the top of the broadcast, this Sunday I'm super excited to get started on my Academy Tales Mouse Guard Lockhaven, different houses feuding at each other, sports, romance, balancing school and fun and secrets. And, oh man, it's gonna be good. So, anyways, that's me. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. Get ready to do some sleeping. And
yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you for everyone who subscribed to me today from the channel. Thank you, Chad, for just hanging out and all the cool stuff you guys are doing. I see you and I appreciate it. Thank you, players, and good night.
Thank you, Eric, for hosting us and running such a great game, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. All right, good night.
Good night.